Hi there, this is Tammy Murphy with RH2L. And yes, as a realtor, you might think that it's odd, or maybe you think that it's appropriate that we are on your side as citizens who are looking for answers and wanting some change and results with property taxes. And obviously, this is something that started in Cuyahoga County with Citizens for Property Tax Reform. But it is taken off in our state, and especially with Governor DeWine vetoing those line items in the state's budget that might have at least started the process of addressing how property taxes could be controlled, maybe offset and alleviated for those homeowners. So while again, over the last 5 years, our legislators have let us down and they have not gotten through the property tax reform in any shape or manageable way that was going to help ease the burden that homeowners are feeling. So as a realtor, our part of being an advocate for you, the consumer, comes from understanding what is impacting your ability to buy or sell properties. And so we hear it all the time when people are considering, where do I want to live or where do I want to move to and what county is best for me? So yes, you want to understand what you're getting for those tax dollars, but more importantly, people are looking at the value received from those communities as to the value of what they're having to pay. So when property tax values have gone up, and in our area we have seen a 34% increase, that is a huge factor for people to understand affects your bottom dollar. It affects your budget as a homeowner, as an individual who's just trying to make ends meet. If you're on fixed income or you're elderly or you have any other circumstance that may be also adding to that, then it's even compounding that as an issue. So our tax bases cannot just continue to rise without a real benefit for the homeowners. And so it's time for not just our legislators to do something, because my concern is they are going back and they're going to try to come into a conversation about these items that were vetoed from the state budget. But the bait and switch will be that those are not going to address the issue as we, the people, want it to be done. So House Bill 22, House Bill 28, House Bill 40, House Bill 42, State Bill 66, the State Bill 81. These are bills that only address a portion of the overall need for property tax reform. So we need a full-fledged effect that absolutely helps to lessen the cost of the burden for property taxes for homeowners while giving big gain benefits to new developers and or companies coming into the area, instead of it being realistic approach. Understand, we are not saying we don't want to pay our fair due, but we do want to make sure that our fair due is actually what's fair and that you're just not writing this blank check. So there's so many things to be considered when it comes to property taxes. Yes, the school systems are important, your roads, the health and welfare benefits that you get perhaps from your property tax base based on the county. Those are all important things, but is it relative to an unrealized gain of what my property value is? No, that's the answer. You can't base it on something that isn't realistic, that is a non-negotiable. It only balances if I sell it at the higher value. And so why am I having to pay property tax on the higher value? I could go on and on with this, and as you know, I probably am. In our podcast, we will have more issues and more answers, potential reasons why this is an important thing to be addressed now. At this time, it is very important for people to be heard and for our legislators to take proper action to help release the burden from the homeowners who are paying an overwhelming property tax for something that they own and something that's value may be irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. So long story short, we are looking for those people who are on board with signing the petition for the Citizens for Property Tax Reform. And our office is going to be open Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 3 to 7 for those who want to come to the Centerville area and sign. It doesn't have to be that you live in Centerville. You can be from any of the counties. If this is a convenient location for you to come to, we want to give you an option, because unfortunately, we only have one other location in Montgomery County that is currently offering signing. And that seems crazy knowing how big Montgomery County is. As well, Miami County, Warren County, each of these counties only have one. And while we think this is just something that started up in the northwest region of Ohio, it has taken on full scale of our Ohio state. So let's get on board in this southwest community area that I live in, that I work in, and let's get you signed up on the petition. Now, if you need a different day or a different time, you know how to get a hold of me. Reach out. I am happy to meet you by appointment, have you sign in the office. And the only thing is you need to be a registered voter in the state of Ohio, and that you need to have a physical address that is registered with the state. That's the address, of course, that you need to provide on your signature. And then other than that, it's easy and hopefully simple for you, and we would love to have your support as we join in collecting the signatures for our Citizens for Property Tax Reform. And feel free to check out their website for other signing locations, for any update information, and that is citizensforpropertytaxreform.org. And again, we will be sharing more information on our podcast, so feel free to reach out, hit me up, and let's get some changes going with property taxes. Thanks so much. Take care.